All right. Welcome to a very, very special edition of the Sammy's and Beer podcast, live here on this Black Friday. We know it's way all out of whack. Thomas got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, could not get back to stateside. So, as always, we accommodate his lovely schedule and make it work on his time. Because we all know the world is here. Here is Thomas, and we just all revolve. We revolve around him. Yes, I'm sure being stuck in Scotland with your significant other was just terrible. We have a lot of people on our Wi-Fi right now, so I don't know how well mine is running either. Uh-huh. Well, that's good. Right time and a place for it. I wouldn't go that far. I enjoy a Guinness like every once in a while. It's not like I don't think I could sit down. I know I couldn't drink a six pack of Guinness because I'd be fucking hammed. But like, there's a time and a place to have a solid Guinness. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you that. Yep. Yep. Okay. So what are you asking me my opinion on? Yeah. Well, you also like to drink piss, also known as Corona. So, I mean, if I was in Mexico and somebody's like, "Oh no, the Corona down here tastes different," I'd be like, "Fuck you, it's still a Corona. I don't want one." Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, especially when it's free 99 or you're getting paid. Yeah. Plus your trip there was covered and back and lodging. Yeah, yeah. I would say that would be worth it. I think you sent more to her than you did to me. Yeah. Yeah. You do? Okay. By all means. My shot goes out to all the people who made a huge Thanksgiving meal yesterday. I know everybody says thank you. It's really not worth the thank you because it's a shit ton of work, a lot of prepping to have a huge meal that everybody's going to eat in 10 minutes. And yeah, so here's to all you who spent your hard time and money making a beautiful Thanksgiving meal. I wasn't even one of them yesterday. We went over to my brother's. My sister was in town, and there was like 20 of us, and yeah. All I had to do was make deviled eggs, and my wife made buns, which I did make some bomb jalapeno bacon deviled eggs. I made 48 deviled eggs, and we came home with like six. Yeah. And I will say, like, they had like fancy Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know. Mine, I guess, has always just been kind of basic. I mean, I usually just do the ham and turkey, but even like their green bean casserole had like big chunks of mushrooms in it. And like, it was like not like it was like a homemade green bean casserole, not just stir, French onion, move on. Yeah, that's how we've always made it. And they had like this fancy stuff it was actually really good. It was. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, no, the turkey my brother made was fantastic. The ham was on point. Uh, yeah, I need to get his because his was way better than mine's ever been. See, I don't do pineapples, but I can't do pineapples, so that's why I don't. So, but yeah, nice. Because how cool would it sound if it was the Lake Ness Monster? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the people that make a place. Oh, I did come up with a really good tip. Not maybe not for you, but if you're ever in a place and they're speaking fluent Spanish, use the word mucho. It really means a lot to them. We didn't actually get any leftovers this year since we went somewhere else. So we had, yeah, I might just go buy a turkey and make a turkey at home or a ham. I know. But we got a bunch of snow today, so I didn't want to go anywhere, even though I ended up going like 4 places. But yeah, a hot turkey sandwich. What do you mean? How do you make it? Okay, well, you heat your stuff up. Then you take, yeah, you do. And then you take your dinner roll, if there's any dinner rolls left. If not, usually there's not. Then you take bread and you make turkey into a sandwich. You put a big dollop of mashed potatoes on in the middle because you cut it in half and make like a wedge. Put the mashed potatoes right in the center. And then you pour gravy all over the top of it. And then you heat it even further to let everything mix together. And then you get your sides and you eat it fucking like a hot sandwich. Nope. Lost me. First of all, that whole sandwich isn't going to get warm. By the time you cook through that gravy and bread, the insides are not getting fully cooked. So you're eating cold food. It's not warm. It's not. You're saying it's fine because you know that it's not fully warmed through. Second of all, cheese does not belong there. Cheese doesn't belong there. No, you can't. That's such a fucking flavor curve out of left field. But I'm just saying, like it has no place there. Yeah. Have you ever? Do you guys have a restaurant called Capriati's? It's a sandwich shop down there. They showed up here a few years ago, and there's one kind of close to our house. We hardly ever go there because they're kind of spendy, but they actually specialize in a turkey sub, where it's like turkey, like Thanksgiving turkey with stuffing and cranberry sauce on it. I can't believe that ours is still open because anytime I drive by it, there's like 3 cars in the parking lot. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. There you go. Ooh, the plows are going by. The what? Oh, uh huh. Okay. Well, do you guys have like hot hamburgers? Is that a thing for you guys, or a hot beef sandwich? But you call it a hot hamburger or a hot beef sandwich because you do that essentially the same thing, where you take bread and either a hamburger or roast beef or whatever, like au jus or not au jus, like cooked in that style, and you put it in a sandwich, cut it in half, and then put a big blob of mashed potatoes and just pour gravy all over it. And that's kind of it's a kind of a, must be a Midwestern style of sandwich. Yeah. Yeah. Like there's times when we'll make hamburgers and I'll just make hot hamburgers and we'll just have that with the wife. We'll just make some mashed potatoes and gravy and yeah, just it's and it fits well, you know, and it's a different way to go about it. Ooh, that doesn't sound good at all. Okay. See, I can't turn away from that stuff anymore because I never used to like. I always thought like you ever had spicy like jelly, jalapeno jelly, and I've always thought like, oh, this is gonna be fucking horrendous. Like, why would anybody buy this? And then somebody had me try it with like this specialized cheese on a cracker, like it was a cheese that paired well with it or something. I don't know, and it was so fucking good. And I'm like, am I fucking like fancy now? Do I like fucking hot jelly? Like, no way. I can't. No, I don't. I can't do it. I'm not buying this. And I walked away. It was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your brother probably won. Oh, nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 I did finish another 12 book series. Well, it's the one that I was telling you about before. The 2 week curse. No, we haven't done the podcast for 2 weeks. Yeah, and I was on like book four. Yeah. I will say book was it 11 and 12 were like 7 hours long each. You were on flights and stuck in a country. I saw you sitting as a passenger on a flight. You sent me a Snapchat of it. Okay. Well, but I was thinking, since nobody else has read this book, kind of how you did He Who Fights with Monsters with us, because I'm not going to lie, I don't know about a Halo style D&D campaign. I think it'll be very difficult. So I was thinking that I would DM one based off of the 2 week curse. But I don't know how to DM very well at all. Zero skills. So I'm I'm tossing around that idea at this point. Well, anything you can do, I can do better. anything better than you can I do? Like I said, for me, it's just hard because I don't know any of the lore. Like, I was never an avid reader of that kind of stuff. And so, like, yeah, that means nothing to me. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that was kind of my thought with like the 2 week curse with how I could do it because it goes into like um basically we would start it off and you guys can all just create a normal character. You can give them whatever backstory you want, whatever however you want to do it. And basically we'll get you all the 2 week curse and take you to this whole other world. And yeah. So but I also don't want to step on toes if he's actually going to do the Halo one. We don't want to have two campaigns going at the same time. So for which one? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now you got a lady friend that takes up all your time, as it should. Well, yeah, you got to pay the bills, and then with what free time you have, you then spend it with a lady friend. Yeah, it was fun. It's not fun playing without you. I've realized how social of a gamer I am. Like, I mainly just enjoy games when I'm being social. Like, I mean, I can play some games by myself. Like, I'll sit down and play like a farming simulator or something and like listen to a book while I play. I got to have something else to do while I do something, because that's a pretty mind numbing game. But if it's a game that I'm in, like that I got to be competitive with, I prefer to play it with someone. Like, I would rather play a game I'm not that interested in and play with people than play by myself in a game that I really enjoy. Although my son has been trying to get me to play Minecraft with him still. And I'm like, dude, we've beat the game. Like, what do you want to keep doing? Because that's all they want to do is play Minecraft. And that one's hard for me. Yeah. Yeah. He's been playing just Minecraft for like 6 years and only Minecraft. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Although I have seen good things with Arc Raiders. I've considered getting it. I thought it looked really cool. But then I'm like, well, you don't ever play, so I definitely wouldn't get it to play with you. Well, yeah. Hmm. You don't even have kids yet. Hmm. Yeah, I do. That's a good thing. Yeah. You just got done telling us how you got smoked in Scotland and had to be put onto a train. Yeah. No, they weren't born for it. They just have bred themselves to do it by doing it every day. Mm-hmm. Did they call them fags too? Oh, yep, darts. Yep, that's another one. That's. Yeah. How about a lake nest monster? Did you find one of those? Hmm. Sounds like a super. What? Really? At all? Sounds terrible. Sounds weird as shit. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Nice. Well, like I said, the only time that I'll really have is like the weekend before, like the weekend we get there. Like, I think we drive in, I think we're leaving that Friday after work. So, yeah, we're leaving Friday the 19th and we're going to try and be there on the 20th. So, we'll have the 20th and the 21st because then I work the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, have the 25th off for Christmas. I work the 26th and then the 27th, and then I think we leave on the 28th and drive home. So, yep. Yeah, maybe we could do a special edition of the podcast. Yeah. You come, you come. If you don't, you don't. I just have to let my father-in-law know so we've got a place for you to sleep. Well, yeah, but there's no hotels in the small town of St. Joe. Yeah. Yeah. The closest would be like Gainesville, which is like 20 miles. Maybe. It's where Terry Bradshaw lives. Terry Bradshaw, former quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 70s and now an NFL announcer. I don't know how much you know. One adult, your lady friend's not coming? Tell her to be sick. Well, there you go. Like I said, and he probably, I think he still has two campers in his backyard. So, but his brother might be staying there as well. That's a that's a St. Joe home. Yeah. Yeah. So are you officially coming then? Like, should I tell my wife to have see if her father can find a spot for you to stay? Okay. Okay. Yeah, because if you want to drive home on the 22nd, because I just have to start working on that Monday. So, and I was going to take the time off, but I have a lot of coverage I have to do that week. So, what? Oh, no, it'd be a lot different. Like, just because then it's like you get home from work on a Friday night and my garage is open or your garage is open and one of us just walks over and is like, hey, you want to have a beer? Fuck yes, I want to have a beer. Like, because then it's one or two beers and it's like deuces. But if you were 30 minutes away, it would be the same relationship we have now. Whether it's 30 minutes or 12 hours, it doesn't matter. You might see each other a little bit more with 30 minutes, but just, yeah, 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 for sure. And we could start Mexican potatoes. I was all about it. By the time you're retired, I'm going to actually be retired and not need to take a job anymore. I'm not going to work just for fun. No. Fuck, that'd be sweet if I was. Yeah, because I'll be, what, 53? I'll still have another 10 years. I've got 22 years left of working. Obviously. Yep. It's fuck you money. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I wouldn't say less allergies or less Mexicans. Oh, there's definitely not less Mexicans though. There's a high Spanish population. That's why I say mucho so much around here. Like I went last week to one of my favorite. It used to be a taco truck, and they've upgraded into their own restaurant now. Mhm. Yeah, and then one of the other taco trucks that I used to go to, they kind of scammed the system. I'm not going to lie to you. They took their taco truck and they took over, like, the little casinos. They took over one of those places. But we have a lot of little casinos around here that are just like video lottery. Um, and they took over one of those, but they didn't have a kitchen in there. So they just pulled their food truck right next to the building and have a window open to the food truck. So they do all their cooking in the food truck and then just bring it out and now just have a spot for people to sit and eat it. So that way they could stay open all winter. Yeah, it's snowing for like 2 days right now. It is. And I finally got a good hookup who works for the city, and he lives right by me, and he's a good buddy of mine. And he's going to do a fantastic job of plowing the street in front of my house, so I don't have to fight with it anymore. It is. It is. Yeah. Brownouts, not just because there's a lot of Mexicans. Yeah. See, I've always really, at least the ones up here, I really enjoy the Mexican people. Very polite. They're very hardworking. They make phenomenal food. Yeah. Well, but I don't go into areas that there would be the problem ones. I'm sure we have plenty of them, you know, but yeah. Hmm. Yeah, see, I don't go to the bars either, so that definitely helps. Oh, I did. I went to a bar last Friday. Yeah, one of my buddies messaged our wrestling dads group and was like, "I think I need a beer tonight. Anybody want to go?" And I'm like, "I definitely want to go." And so we met, and he's way smaller than I am, and he drank me under the table. And I don't like. I learned my lesson after the first time going out with him of trying to keep up with him. Now I'm just like, you drink at your speed, I'm gonna drink at mine, and we'll leave happy. Yep. Yeah. He just fucking pounds beers. No, he's my age. I don't know. I'm guessing not. I'm guessing he's like Scottish or Irish. His last name's McCord. Yeah. So super, super nice guy. Like he's one of the wrestling coaches and like he's always just fantastic with both of my kids. And I even told him, he's like, I hope you don't get mad at me if I like, I step out on the mat or, I'm overcritical with the kids or talk to them about stuff. And I'm like, dude, you have earned my trust and respect. I know you're not going to say inappropriate things to my kids. I know you're not going to like, you've learned them. You've taken the time to get to know them. You know that they're, you know who they are and what they can take. And I was like, and now it's your job to push them. So I am super pissed with our school district right now, though. So our wrestling program has just kind of always welcomed everybody. Like, we don't care what school district you're in, where you want to go to school. We're a club. And like, the only reason we're affiliated with a school is because we just practice there because they have a wrestling room and they let us use it. And like last year, even since we started, kids have gotten into like when you start wrestling for the school district is in 7th grade. But we've had kids that they'll wrestle and they'll practice with their 7th grade team. And then they'll come and practice with our club. And all of them have said these practices are harder. I learn more. There's more technique. Like and they're kids that they want to get better. That's all that they want. Our school district, because they have the say in it, found out that we had 7th and 8th graders practicing with us, have said, no more. They are not allowed to practice with you guys because we feel it's taking away from our middle school clubs. And it's like, I, for the life of me, can't figure out how this is helping kids, which is what all of this stuff is supposed to be about. It's just helping kids. Yeah. Some middle school coach is mad that kids were talking about how awesome and how hard the practice was at a youth practice and they threw a fucking stink. And so now these kids, our coaches had to go through and tell a bunch of kids like, hey, sorry, you can't come get better with us. You can go to one of these other clubs that cost significantly more money and pay more money out of your parents' pockets if you want to keep doing that, but you can't come with us anymore. I'm fucking, and then so my oldest, Jackson, is a 6th grader this year. And a lot of those older kids were his practice partners too. And so it's just, I don't know, it fucking pisses me off. Like I said, and I don't see any benefit to the kids of making them, like if all they wanted to do was get better, like I could understand if we had like a middle school team and like they went out and competed with us and stuff like that. We don't do anything like that. All we do is practice. And then I don't know, they just fight us on everything. Like we were going to have, our coach was trying to set up another night of practice for us because we practice on Mondays and Thursdays and he was going to try and and then we have a TOTS group on Tuesdays. He was going to try and get another night of practice for us. They said no. Nope. Just nope. Fuck that. It would not, there's nothing that would be fun about that. Deal with all the fucking crazies. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I've listened to my brother complain about it, and I'm like, what do you care about all this stuff for? And now it's like, oh, yeah, now I see. Um, no. My oldest niece is a junior in high school. The second is a freshman, and then his youngest is actually the same grade as my youngest. They were born like 5 weeks apart. So, so yeah, like when my oldest would be a freshman, his middle daughter will be a senior. So they're the same distance apart as my two kids are. Yeah. I did make some new sourdough breads, different styles. Well, you can, no, no. Well, I told you I made a jalapeno cheddar one, right? It was ballin'. But then I saw a thing and it gave me an idea. You ever had cinnamon swirl bread? I made a cinnamon, so it was cinnamon, brown sugar, and caramel swirl bread. My kids fucking demolished it. And then I made a hot chocolate and white chocolate chip bread. That one was pretty tasty too. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't, I mean, it's a shit ton of carbs. The bread. It's just no sugar. Well, sourdough still has gluten in it. Oh, oh, gotcha. Lower glutens. Yeah. Okay. Well, have I told you what the name of my sourdough starter is? Severo Al Baker. Yeah. Yeah. And supposedly summer of 2026. I want you to catch up sooner just because I think that's the thing I hate the most about reading is I want to converse with people about the books that I read or like as that we're reading and there's nobody to talk to them to about except for fucking dipshits on the internet. And I don't like talking to people on the internet. You'll get a quarter of the way through one book. I need to find a book, buddy. Oh, see, I use my wife's and I like musicals if they're done right. Oh, okay. Mhm. You've lost me. You've lost me now. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's having the opposite effect as what the song was. Yeah. Disney's just they've gone so woke with all their stuff. And now it's basically they're either remaking shit or like what they're coming up with is too woke and nobody likes it. Well, and I wish you were still on TikTok. Just there's certain things that I get every so often, and some of them have been recently. They're like Pixar. I think they're AR AI animated, but they're like yes, and they're so funny. Like just like either super racist or super like inappropriate. Like that would make Disney movies, and it's like this is fantastic. This yes. Yep. Or there was a kid that was trying to get on stage to play guitar and he had Down syndrome and they called it guitarded. I was just like, Jesus. Yeah, that's that. I just got like top fives of like things and I watched it. So then obviously I just get more and more and more. Yep. Just, it is. Yeah. I saw an actual real one and it was a mom zooming in on Santa holding a baby. And she zooms back out and she goes to her son with Down syndrome. And he had to have been in his 20s. And she's like, "Oh, do you want to go sit on Santa's lap?" He goes, "No." She goes, "Oh, why not?" And he turns and holds his hands up and he goes, "Too gay." I was just like, it was so innocent and so well done. Like, mhm. Yep. Yes. Mhm. Yeah, it's just a pendulum swinging. And everybody pushed the pendulum way too far, and everybody was like, I don't think we want to do this. We don't want to do this. And then they kept pushing and kept pushing and pushing, and everybody was kind of like, fine, fuck you. And once they broke that dam where people were able to do stuff, everybody was like, even my kids, they were arguing, and my oldest was like, "Oh, you don't know how to fucking spell." And my youngest was like, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "Oh yeah, spell homophobic." And I'm like, "What? What? What? Why would he know that word? Like, why do you know that word? What are you talking about?" Yeah. Yep. Oh, no, I don't think we should have drag queen story time. I don't think that's like, you do what you want to do, but we don't, I don't think we need to do it at the kids. Yeah, but it is time. No, you're good. It's we just hit it right on the nose. So let it snow, motherfuckers.